So many of you know about the overwhelming struggles that I've been through with years of chronic illness, Lyme disease, all that I've lost because of that, and more recently the protracted withdrawals and the brain injury. And people look at me from the outside and they see the videos, and I'm glad that they're blessed by them. It really encourages me. That's my heart, is to want to bless people. But all that people can see is the outside. Maybe a glimpse into my heart, but there's so much more that goes on inside that it can be a lonely journey in dealing with that. There are so many thoughts that come up. There are so many emotions that come up day to day, moment to moment. And sometimes I can just stop and think to myself that feeling like I've been robbed of life. The things that people are out there doing and enjoying and just normal things, I haven't had the opportunity to do. And my life has been very restricted, it's been very limited. I've been through a lot of pain and setbacks. And I just think to myself sometimes, like, why is it that I'm the one? I know there are other people out there, but I think, why am I the one of the people that I know that is in this unusual situation where the majority of people are out there enjoying life, having families, going places, doing things, and they don't even have to think or worry about any of this. And people that aren't even believers, people that are in the world enjoying this life, whereas this has been my lot up until now. And I'm grateful for all the blessings that I do have, but sometimes I can just stop and think, and you think that life just isn't fair. But life was never promised to be fair. We live in this fallen world. And sometimes I can have the motivation to just persevere, see the bigger picture. At other times I can feel overwhelmed and not even have the motivation to pray, not even sure what to pray. All that I can pray is, God, help me. But so much goes on. It's just such a journey. It's such a battle sometimes. But I think to myself, none of this changes who God is, and none of this changes what my purpose is. I look at Ecclesiastes. I think it's a great book for perspective on life, that everything outside of God is meaningless. And chapter 12:13, so this is after Solomon has experimented with everything. This is his conclusion. He says, the end of the matter, all has been heard. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. And I think to myself, it's that simple. I can't help what's happened to me. I can't compare myself to others and what's going on. All that I can do is I can look at what God has called me to do, which is to fear him and to keep his commandments. And that's what God calls me to do. And looking at life through this lens, it can be so difficult sometimes. We can look around, see how people are living, see our own circumstances, but it won't be until we step into eternity that we will look back and we will see things in perspective. And in 100 years' time, in 1,000 years' time, in 1,000,000 years' time, none of this will matter. All that will matter is how faithfully did I live my life. I'm not going to be having regrets of, oh, I desperately wish I wasn't sick, or I desperately wish I'd got to experience this or that. My only thought will be, I wish I'd been more faithful. That's it. That's the eternal perspective. And that's what I love about God and his calling, is we are on a level playing field. We may experience difficult circumstances, some more difficult than others, but we're all called to the same thing wherever we're at, to fear God and keep his commandments. And this is the whole duty of man. If we get everything else right but miss that, we've missed everything. And I have hope for my future. I believe that I'm going to get better. I believe that I'm going to continue to do the right things to get better. I absolutely believe that, and I believe that God has plans for me. I don't believe that I'm going to be stuck in this place of sickness. Not for a moment. I'm going to persevere and do whatever it takes. But it's so easy at times to reflect back on the wasted years, to look at where I'm at compared to other people, to look at how much I've missed out on, to look at what my life looks like, and to be so despondent and disappointed and feel so trapped and overwhelmed. But it is a trap to feel that way. And God doesn't expect us to be perfect. He doesn't expect us to not have these emotions come up. But it's what we do with them and where we take them. And we can take them to God and say, God, I don't want to go through this. You can come with tears. You can come with shouting. You can come without any words. But a heart cry that says, God, help me. I don't know how to do this. I don't want to do this. I don't even feel like I can face a moment. But God, your grace is enough. And then to recognize that our calling, even if everything else is going wrong, is to fear God and keep his commandments. And to know that we have one that sticks closer than a brother, and that we can go to the God of all comfort, and we can experience his love and his presence in the depth of our darkness. I don't have any words, friends. I don't have anything to offer. The only thing that I have to offer is to communicate the truth of God's word, because without this, I don't know where I would be. Life would be really quite pointless, objectively, ultimately. But because he has given us this truth and revealed himself and created us for a purpose, life is ultimately meaningful no matter what we go through. So leave your comments below, friends. As usual, I would love to hear from you. Share anything you like. How's this message impacted you? What are you thinking? What are you going through? Talk to you next time, friends. God bless you.